right, Sheila Brothers from the Wilmywood Daily. Here is your Wilmywood Week in Review for January 18th, 2014. Now, I'm sorry the video's a little late, but had a little too much fun last night. Don't you judge me. Anyway, let's get started. Boy, this week was huge for announcements. It was the TCAs, and of course, everybody starts revealing pretty much everything. And not only did we get reveals, we got new productions all in 1 week. Let's start with Sleepy Hollow. We did get the announcement from the TCA's Winter Press Tour that Sleepy Hollow will begin production on Season 2 this March. Now that's what was said at the TCAs, but I think what's going to happen is that offices might open in March and production might begin in April or May. That is not a certainty yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I find out. As for Under the Dome, big announcement at TCAs as well. The premiere date for Season 2 is June 30th, still on Monday nights at 10 p.m. So that means production needs to get started, and Under the Dome production offices did open this week. It's been a slow trickle of people coming back, so welcome! And we also discovered that Under the Dome's gonna have some neighbors with offices opening this week. It's ABC's Secrets and Lies. And we did find out that Barbara D'Alessandro, she will be the line producer, David Hartley, the UPM. Congratulations! And this week we also discovered yet another pilot coming to Wilmywood. It's called How and Why. It's from Charlie Kaufman, and it's going to be starring Michael Cera and John Hawkes. Now, a lot of people here in Wilmywood were excited about John because he worked on Eastbound and Down, and everybody said he was such a great guy. We'll be looking forward to that FX pilot coming here this spring. Now, as for Max Steel, guess what? We're still waiting. As soon as I know anything, you're gonna know. On Tuesday, I had the honor of having Tom Mison on the Sunday Morning Show. Had a great time. He answered about 5 questions. It was a crazy day for him because he had a 2-day stint in New York and he just bounced from interview to interview to interview. So literally, while I was interviewing him, he was in a green room waiting for yet another interview for VH1. Check it out. It's on the blog, wilmywoodnc.com. All right, spoiler alert, Tom Mison did say that Nick Gonzalez, you know, Detective Luke Morales on Sleepy Hollow, will return for Season 2. Now let's move on to some awards. Although we got totally snubbed at the Golden Globes, the Oscars had North Carolina not once, but twice shining. Of course we expected Iron Man 3. We knew they would get a nomination. It was in visual effects. Congratulations, Iron Man 3. But guess who else got the Oscar nom? Bad Grandpa. When was the last time you had a comedy get nominated for an Oscar? So huge congratulations to Stephen Prouty for the makeup and hairstyling nomination. Now on Friday, it looks like the Sleepyheads had some fun with some talk shows. It kicked off on Rachel Ray with Orlando Jones, and it was really cool. He actually gave everybody a little set tour because, you know, a lot of people don't get to see Stage 10. But there was one thing that was missing from that interview with Rachel Ray. What was it? Wilmington, Orlando. Don't forget to say Wilmington. Let the people know where that gorgeous set is. And last night, Arsenio Hall had on our beloved Abby, Nicole Bahari. However, I was having too much fun last night. I didn't get to see it. Did you? Now, out of all the blogs that I posted this week, nothing was more popular than one of the North Carolina film misnomers. Production crew members do not live in North Carolina. This is one of the most twisted ideas that gets thrown out there all the time. And one thing I can assure you, Under the Dome in Sleepy Hollow, 95% of the crew live right here. Of course, if you want to read it, go to wilmywoodnc.com. Thousands of views. And believe it or not, those who are not educated that should be, that, you know, run things around here, that's one of the reasons that they don't think the film industry has an impact on our state. You know, the film industry, it's only one of the top 10 largest industries in our state, and might I add, one of the cleanest too. There's politicians, there's companies that are just like, oh, we don't need the incentives. Locations, they're incentive enough. And lovely, nice people. Oh, that's an incentive to come here. Seriously? We're competing with 44 other states, and that's what's going to drive them here? Let's take a look at what the production heads and, I don't know, networks say about incentives. Over the weekend, we caught this blurb from Nick Goundry of the Location Guide. Great article. FX chief John Landgraf said, "Without the incentive, we wouldn't be there." He's talking about how and why with Michael Cera. I did get up with Nick at the location guide, and he said he's been following North Carolina incentives for years, and he's very intrigued on how it's going to play out. But the FX chief wasn't the only one over the weekend that talked about incentives, and that's what drives it. Now, this is a movie production company that's based in Ontario, but finds North Carolina has some of the best incentives. And his investors don't want to invest in just one movie at Noble House, but 4. Check out those latest articles at wilmywoodnc.com. Now moving on to Charlotte for a spell. Did you see actress Angie Harmon? She was appointed to the Studio Charlotte board. She gave her plea to Charlotte City Council members to approve the Studio Charlotte. The developer has until spring to convince city leaders to okay the plan to remake the Eastland Mall. And there will be another film coming to Charlotte, but it won't be until like winter 2014. The Production Weekly had it called The Sharp Files, and it's a psychological thriller. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook and Twitter at WilmywoodNC, and always on the blog, WilmywoodNC.com. So that just about wraps up our Wilmywood Week in Review. Oh yeah, the trivia question. Okay, what North Carolina film crew member in special effects worked on Empire Records, We're the Millers, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and of course the latest Sleepy Hollow? Credits also include The Hunger Games, Journey 2, The Secret Life of Bees, Cabin Fever 2, Idlewild, 2 Tickets to Paradise. He's done it all. Post your answer in the comment section below. The first person to get it right, how about a little film equals job stickers for you? I'll talk to you Monday. That's a wrap.